Hunger. What does it look like? Would it surprise you to know that hungry people here in Orange County look just like you? Just like your kids, like your friends.
I experience it even from my childhood. It's etched in my mind. It's a part of a time where I remember what true hunger felt like, that your stomach hurt and you had to be filled with a spiritual hope that there was going to be better and things that were going to get better. And it's one of those things where when you're hungry, you know you're hungry, it's pain.
Kim Vo is an internationally known celebrity hairstylist who appears on TV, has his own successful line of hair products, is the global spokesperson for Schwarzkopf, and owns a chain of salons bearing his name. That's now. But there was a time when Kim Vo was a refugee from Vietnam who didn't know where his next meal was coming from.
You just thought in life this was going to be it. This is how life would exist. You would not be fed, or you just had to fight for your food. And to be fed, it's almost like that show Survivor. They're so excited just to get a hot dog. You know, at that point you're just excited to get anything. I just can't imagine how rich we are as a culture, as a community, and in Orange County still have starving kids or starving people. It just blows my mind.
It is one of America's wealthiest counties, and here, 1 out of 5 children, kids like yours, go to school hungry, come home hungry, day after day.
Does your mommy or your daddy ever make you lunch, like to go to school, or?
No, but we have to have a card to have lunch, and sometimes they keep saying you have to pay or either have a card. But we don't have the money, and I still don't have my card yet. Lunch card.
So it's really important that you come here and have a snack at the Kids Cafe.
So I really don't get to eat at school.
Oh, funny.
Stacy Robbins and her family also represent the faces of hunger in Orange County.
It was this illness that came upon me, and suddenly I, who was a co-contributor to our life, wasn't able to contribute. And very quickly do you see how your medical bills go up and your ability to take care of all the regular needs in your life aren't there anymore. It's a humiliating experience to be kind of in a similar place as your friends, and then suddenly you're in a vastly different place. But you just can't even imagine what it's like to have little people, you know, jumping up and down and saying, "Mom, I'm hungry, I'm hungry."
I'm so fortunate to call Stacy Robbins my friend, and we're also fortunate that she's bold and generous enough to share her story of personal need a few years ago.
I tried to think of places that I knew that helped people, you know, and I found out that you can go at a certain time, you hand in your license, you sit there with your children, and you keep a very kind of quiet way about you, and you wait for the ticket, and they put it in a drawing, and if you are one of the fortunate ones, you will get a bag of food to bring home with you, you know.
And if not,
you're in a really interesting moment in time where you're having to answer to your kids, we're going to find something. You're trying to hold a hope for them while you're going through your own anxiety as a mom and as a woman and as such a resourceful person normally, but who's in a funky place right now. And you're going, yes, you're saying to your kids, we're going to be okay and we're going to find something, don't worry. Meanwhile, you're wondering, where are we going to find something and are we going to be okay?
With the help of volunteers and organizations, Second Harvest Food Bank provides food for nearly 250,000 hungry people every month.
We have an average of 2,955 clients a month, which is an increase of 755 a month since last year at this time.
Why?
Heartbreaking. People just were on the edge. They were just on the verge of becoming homeless. And by the time that they land at our door, they're trying not to become homeless. They don't want to come and ask for help. They're trying to cure it on their own. And in the old days, you could get that second or third job, but you can't anymore. There are too many people out of work now.
Mary Perdue is the Executive Director of Family Assistance Ministries, a food bank partner.
And we know by providing them with food and encouragement and a path back to self-sufficiency, we're helping somebody get back on their feet. And we know this because a year later, 2 years later, we get a letter, a card, a thank you, sometimes a check where people say, thought we weren't going to make it, thought we were going to die. And yet, because of you guys, we were able to get back on our feet, and now we're thriving.
Not everybody's going to say something, especially people who are in like our situation, you know, where we're so used to being self-sufficient and we're so used to providing for others. that those aren't always the first people who raise their hand and say, I'm in need. So someone may have all the fancy jewelry and know how to put themselves together, but that doesn't mean that their world didn't just change overnight. Because I know that that can happen, because that happened to us.
People help the people, and if you're homesick, give me your hand and I'll hold it. People help the people, nothing will drag you down. Oh, and if I had to break, I'd be cold as a stone and rich as the fool that turned all those good hearts away.